blood-sucking zombies! Today's creepy take on a Halloween classic is the vampire. I put together this look in a certain way to show you that you don't necessarily need a really elaborate costume for it to be effective. Sometimes all it takes is some eyeshadow, blood, and fangs. Start out looking like a Marilyn Manson wannabe. Okay, sorry, I could be more specific. Start out with your face paled out in a few shades lighter than your natural skin tone. There aren't many shades lighter than my default, so I used straight up white. Vampires don't see the sun, and neither does my ginger skin. I'm sure you've also already noticed my lack of eyebrows, and I know that there's still going to be dozens of people in the comments asking what happened to them, even though I'm about to explain, but for those of you who are listening, mine are actually naturally so blonde that they're nearly invisible anyway, so I just, I actually decided to shave them off for this tutorial. Because they're gonna grow back in a week anyway, and you're still not gonna be able to see them anyway, so, alright, just get rid of yours. I would suggest blocking out your brows, which essentially involves you using a non-toxic glue stick to push down the hairs, powder over top of that, repeat, and then cover that in concealer. If you want your vampire to be a little less gore and a little more glam, feel free to leave your brows. I think this touch is really important though if you want to go for that creepy factor because it's just more unusual looking and thus jarring. Okay, next. Find a small, sleepy dog to distract your victims before you get to neck biting. Actually, wait, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Take a matte red eyeshadow and focus on that kid in first grade that had pink eye that everyone was kind of afraid of for a week because you knew he was contagious AF and you just itched just looking at him, but then haha, joke's on you, you got pink eye anyway next year and then you were that kid. What I'm trying to say is blend red eyeshadow all over the eye area. And I mean all over the eye area. If you got rid of your brows, take advantage of it and go all the way up to them and all the way down past your night owl vampire eye bags. I prefer to keep the blending messy and uneven because to me it looks more violent, but if you're going more the route of glam, then maybe blend it out really evenly. Because I was blending over white makeup, my red did end up looking quite pink, so I brought the right tone back to it by adding in some matte orange eyeshadow. Last for the eyes, just to give them a little more dimension, I added a dark red / maroon shadow blended out just over the lid and under the lower lash line. Onto the lower half of the face. I'm paling out my lips with the residual foundation on my beauty blender. Again, to make this look more cute and less creepy, you might want to do a dark red lip lined with black or something like that instead. A vampire is only as intimidating as their fangs. I figured most people would be buying theirs, so I bought 2 pairs to use, one bigger and one smaller, and I molded them to my teeth following the directions in the case. What fangs you get might have different directions but are usually very straightforward, so I won't go over mine specifically. If you want to make your own fangs though, you can mold and shape them yourself by melting what's called plastic modeling pellets, aka polymorph plastic. I'll leave a link in the description on where you can get these. I really liked these pre-shaped fangs, except that they were too yellow to match my natural teeth, so that's something to consider before buying them depending on how wet your teeth are to start. Now to get bloody. And not all FX bloods are created equal, so I have a range that I'll be using in this look to demonstrate the different benefits of choosing your blood wisely. My beloved scab blood would be a little too much for this look, but I have one step down, thick blood, to add some volume to the blood besides having it all just flat on my face everywhere. Then I have the stage blood, which most importantly is mouth safe. It's hard to pull off being a blood-sucking vampire without red stained teeth. Plus it's minty, like something the dentist would polish your teeth with, so it'll give you that fresh breath to pick up other vampires on Halloween. Then lastly, I have this blood which is great because it dries, which means you can let it drip and eventually it will stop running and just get sticky, which is a lifesaver for a time like Halloween when you don't want to stain every single thing you come in contact with that night. So I'm taking that drying blood first to lay all over my face in a messy, random fashion. To do this, I'm using Q-tips, disposable mascara wands, and a chip brush that I cut short to give me stiff bristles to flick blood on in a more splatter fashion. All these different tools will give your blood a variety of patterns and projections, making it look both more realistic and more intense than simply dripping blood down the sides of your mouth. This vampire wasn't just gently sucking on the neck of a passed out victim, they were working for their food by fighting with a live one. And then for the minty mouth safe blood. Cheers. Just to be clear, you want to swish the blood around in your mouth though to coat your teeth or have it pool by your lips. You don't actually want to drink it. Unless you're a method actor. No, don't. Someone's gonna think I'm serious. Then adding a little of the thick blood just to have some more of that dark, thick area, again focusing on variety. Lower face complete. The only thing that's left? Creepy contacts. And that is how you ooze vampire creepiness. Simple to do, easy to wear, but effective at making people wish they were wearing a turtleneck. If you like this video, or if you don't want your blood drained by a human bat, give this video a like. If you want to see what other creepy things I'll become before Halloween, subscribe and become a part of the zombie apocalypse. We're the slow walking type, unless you dangle donuts in front of us. You're really killing my scary vibe here, Ripley. This is basically a tutorial on how to be me. Be pale, have no eyebrows, be creepy, sleep when everyone else is awake, and be awake when everyone else is asleep. Melt in the sun. Me in a makeup look. Look at my hands. They're stuck together like a lobster claw. May the force be with you.
Nope.
What is this one?
Oh my gosh.
What's this one?
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper, bitches.